Hello and welcome to PeerLearning.net. In this video, we are going to review the process of creating a lesson. We will use an existing lesson as an example. Here, we have created a botany lesson targeting 7th graders. The process of designing a lesson uses a series of wizard-like screens. The first screen requests that we input information about the lesson itself, such as the title, lesson type, subject, grade level, and the topic or domain. These fields identify the lesson and are used as key fields when searching the lesson library. The lesson content is uploaded as PDF files or web links to primary sources. In a Jigsaw lesson, each file or web link corresponds to one piece of the lesson, and the number of pieces in the lesson corresponds to the number of students who will be in each Jigsaw group. Each piece should be given a unique name. In this case, our botany lesson has 3 pieces named What Plants Need, Parts of Plants, and Types of Plants. These 3 subtopics comprise the content for the Jigsaw lesson. The order that the topics appear in the design window is the order in which students will be teaching them in their Jigsaw groups. So in this example, What Plants Need would be taught first. For a peer tutoring lesson, the teacher must create 4 documents or links. One for the player and a matching document for the coach, and then a second set of documents for when the player and coach switch roles. If any aspects of the Jigsaw or peer tutoring lesson are not clear, refer to the animated videos on the PeerLearning.net website, which discuss the process of each of these lesson types in detail. The next step is where we input note-taking prompts for students to use during the lesson. The prompts are meant to guide students through the material and indicate the main ideas. Think of the note-taking prompts as a template for the lesson. We create one template or set of prompts for each piece of the lessons. Students will use their own prompts to learn and teach the material to others in their group, and will use the other prompts to take notes when learning from their peers. If a lesson will be taught in person, we can attach a file of prompts that is meant to be printed and handed out to students as part of teaching the lesson. This can be used instead of or in addition to the online prompts. An example note-taking sheet is provided that can be used to guide the planning of the lesson. To clarify which prompts belong to which subtopic, the teacher may elect to include the subtopic name within the prompt. A teacher can create as many prompts as they would like. Prompts can also be created for each piece of a Jigsaw lesson, and additional prompts can be created that correspond to the follow-up activity, which we will discuss now. A follow-up task can be performed either in groups or alone and occurs near the end of the lesson after the students have completed their other tasks. The follow-up task generally asks the group to integrate what they have learned and apply it to something new, or compare and contrast some aspect of their lesson. As with the other lesson materials, this is uploaded as a PDF file or a web link. This screen asks the teacher to input information to guide the students in understanding the lesson. Each lesson has a learning goal for the students and a mechanism by which they will be assessed. If the teacher has uploaded a follow-up activity previously, that can be described here, and the teacher can create a bonus for group performance on the assessment. For example, the teacher can elect to provide bonus points to each group member if everyone in the group scores above a certain level on the assessment. This is known as reward interdependence and creates an incentive for students to support the learning of the other students in their group. Finally, the teacher defines the length of time in minutes for each phase of the lesson. The default values can be used as guideposts. Even if a phase turns out to be too long or too short during lesson delivery, the teacher can always pause the lesson to give students more time, or skip ahead to the next phase if students finish before the end of the phase. The total amount of time required for the lesson as it is currently configured is displayed at the top and is contrasted with the class period length as specified by the teacher. The lesson length should be less than the class period length to ensure that it can finish on time. If the lesson will span multiple days, the teacher can reflect that in the class period length by, for example, setting it at 90 minutes to reflect a 2-day lesson instead of 45 minutes for a single day.